There's 2 really cool looking Star Wars games that are coming out like soon.
Yeah.
Crazy. And they're doing 2. I love that they are exact opposite mentalities, but they both sound like they are kind of mixing it up in the best possible way. Star Wars Zero Company is it's at a glance, you're like, okay, it's XCOM. The thing that I think they're burying is that it's also very Mass Effect 2, where you are basically trying to get this whole like ragtag crew together, and you have to build relationships with them. So there's that. You'll also have kind of, your own customizable, not disposable, but you'll have like non-bespoke scripted characters, but then you'll have a handful of like thoroughly written out NPCs that you have like on your squad, and you can pick and choose who you want to take into battle. And then the rest of it seems like it's just Star Wars XCOM, which like no problem with that sounds like a good time. I would like to play that. I love a good tactical game. The XCOM was Enemy Unknown was my first, and I was always, prior to that, was like I didn't really give a shit about turn-based stuff, and I don't really know why. I don't know what made it click, but that just suddenly was like, oh, whoa, I actually enjoy strategy on some level. This is neat. And I think also just the amount of personality that XCOM had, where you like go back to your little base and you like talk to people, and there's like a sense of kind of, again, going back to the whole like thing about, I like a robot game where you feel like you get in the robot. I like that you feel like you're in this world. You're not just looking at grids. And this one sounds like they're just kind of they're music to my ears, and it comes out in like August, I think. When is this out?
Yeah, this is like not my favorite genre of games, but this is one of my favorite IPs, and I realized that does a lot of heavy lifting for me. That Alien one that came out, what was the name of it, Max?
You talking about God. The like tactical one where you're like marching the guys down through.
That was really awesome. It was like a tactics based alien game that did really good survival horror, and people went insane from space madness. And there's like permadeath characters. Descent. Yeah, I really dug that one.
But that one was real. Was that real time combat? I think it was.
That was technically, I believe it was. I think it was like pseudo real time, to where it kind of things moved while you moved kind of aspect. It's been a while since I played it, so I could be wrong as well. But
yeah, I was sort of hoping it would just be like a more straight XCOM thing, and it was cool, but it wasn't exactly what I wanted. But yeah, this is looking neat. And for the impatient among us, there's also Star Wars Galactic Racer, which is, I don't know. I love that you're like, okay, there's a turn-based tactical strategy thing. You wait your turn. You're playing your next move. Here's one where you go 300 miles an hour and try to make other things blow up instead of you. And I'm into it.
Star Wars,
keep getting more excited for this. This reminds me of like the old school, like early days where like we were getting stuff like Extreme G and Wipeout, and like this whole like, hey, the year is 2022, and the world has gone apocalyptic, and the only way to save it is to drive these stupid things really fast. I'm like, yeah, sure, man, that's great. I love it. And there was like such graphical showcases and stuff like that. This one looks really cool. Reading about like the roguelite elements for the story mode. Also, I realized they put what's his name, Max? Rio. He's like in Solo, and he's voiced by Jon Favreau. And there's another one of those Four-Arm Monkey guys who's voiced by Scorsese in Mandalorian and Grogu. And they have one of those guys in this game, and I hope they got a director for it.
It's Wes Anderson.
It's Wes.
You heard it here first. No, it's not.
I wish these cars would stop going so damn fast.
I think if you tried to talk to Wes Anderson about pod racing, he would just burst into flames.
Pod racing is basically the opposite of all of his sensibilities.
I am so hyped for both of these. This, like, the trailer for pod racing here, or racers, is just straight up burnout for me. Everything from the cinematic, when you run somebody into a wall, like, it's just calling my name. That is going to be a day one easy decision for me. And Zero Company as well. I just finished up Midnight Suns with Platinum like last year.
Oh, hell yeah.
I played that for so many hours. Like, it was, I probably pumped a good 200 hours into it.
Just that game was shorter. That game was too long.
I mean, but I loved it. I loved all the interactions with all your teammates and everybody that you could, like, take Storm on a little date up to the roof. And
that was the part I liked. But then then you get stuck fighting like zombie juggernaut for 3 hours or whatever. But no, that was. But
I just hope they take what everybody loves about like the original XCOM games, and they take in a lot of that pseudo relationship stuff and put it into Zero Company. If so, I think they've got a winning hand.
I asked them if there's romance options. They wouldn't tell me, but I hope there's romance options so I can do kissing when I'm not engaged in like tactical permadeath mode. So the human side of the racer is the thing I'm also excited about, or human, alien, whatever. There's bits where you're in between races where you get to like walk around a little area. I was immediately on board with this one when they first showed it off, and then I heard the roguelite thing and I was kind of iffy about it, but the more I think about it, the more I really like it, because it sounds like it's kind of roguelite, choose your own adventure. Like it's very wrapped around the story. It's not just the gameplay side of it, but I guess between races you get to sort of hang out. You get to hang out in that place where like where Qui-Gon and Watto play dice or whatever, like that paddock area,
the junkyard. And
it's just
How cool would it be? How cool would it be if you like those conversations like led into like somebody tampering with your vehicle before a race or something, like story element?
I really hope that's the case.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, I think
that is a great gameplay idea.
This game doesn't need to get weird. It doesn't need to be a roguelite. It doesn't need to have character interactions. It could just be a straightforward racing game and people would probably be excited for it. But I really like that they are actually they're trying some new stuff. They're getting a little bit creative with it. And
they're doing a little world building. It's cool.
I think that creative world building is what's will help take this game from being I've played it for 3-6 months to people playing it for a year plus.
Yeah.
Also, can I just say how extremely happy it makes me that we are getting 2 Star Wars games within months of each other instead of multiple Star Wars game cancellations within months of each other. We got so used to just like hearing about a thing. Oh, it's not happening. Hearing about a thing. They're not doing it. And like, I don't know, EA, I don't know how they do things over there, but we got they had that franchise for 10 years. And I think we got the Jedi games out of it. That was cool. Battlefront had its moments, but it was largely, it felt like they were just overthinking it. Yeah. No, and these are not small games by any stretch of the imagination, but they're definitely smaller than Battlefront 2 was, right? There aren't 600 maps here from what I can tell, or like 6 years of planned content. I don't know what the long tail looks like for Galactic Racers, but something tells me that this is not at the same budget as something like that. And this is what I think you need to do. And like do this and do even smaller stuff, right? Bring back Yoda stories. Give me small games again. Oh man, yeah, modern Yoda stories. I play that. That game's
make it a roguelite.
Yeah, add romance options. You go kiss Yoda.
He loves to kiss that snake that he's
his
always
little forehead.
Not shooting, I'm smooching.
Anyway.
Hey, thanks for watching this clip from Beyond, IGN's weekly PlayStation show. You can find the full episode over on youtube.com/IGN Games. And don't forget, new episodes of Beyond drop every Wednesday on IGN.com, the IGN Games YouTube, and all your favorite podcast platforms. Thanks again for watching, and as always, Beyond.